Hello everyone, this is Chris Miller and I am the co-creator of the Chronicles of PA, and this is another video game blog where we talk about the game and its progress. And today I wanted to kind of just talk about some of the characters we call the helper characters, or characters that we kind of use to give instructions in the game. And the very first one is going to be the character of Alara, and if you've never read the actual Chronicles of PA book, Alara is PA's father, and as his father, he's PA's first instructor in the Montu fighting arts. He's also a blacksmith, so Alara has forged the sword that PA uses. So I figured, like, when the game starts off, we'll pause and Alara will give you some instructions on how to play, how to use your character of PA. So it'll teach you how to, what buttons to press and what button does what. And I'm going to have some more characters throughout the game as well. The next one is going to be speed drawing, just so we can get through this video quickly enough so you guys won't be too bored watching me. It's going to be, the next character is going to be PA's mother, Naomi. And Naomi is, well, first of all, she's very beautiful. I kind of wanted to do a beautiful, more mature black woman, and you don't see that too much in fantasy stories, and I wanted to kind of put that out there. But she's also a priestess in the religion of the Epidemic religion in Nubia. So she's one of the very high priestesses, and I'm thinking she's going to probably appear at the last level of the game. And what I mean by that, she'll appear at the beginning of it, because in parts of the game I want to kind of have these characters kind of talking to PA and kind of telling him what's going on and where he has to go next. And so I was thinking, like, having her at the beginning of the third level, because the actual temple of Epidemic, their god that they worship in the city of Naka, is being raided by the enemies of the game. So she's going to tell PA, yeah, you got to go in the temple right now and stop them from destroying the temple and, tampering with the artifacts and relics there. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to put her there in that section. As you can see, I'm drawing this because I want to have a close-up something, and maybe we'll have maybe a close-up caption, how they do in a lot of video games that are interactive. I have kind of a close-up of the character talking, and then I have the full body just so you can see it. And as far as the animation goes for these characters, it's not going to be too extensive, so I kind of want to keep them in one pose, and they'll just kind of be either pointing in a certain direction or just kind of moving around. Like, I've created, you won't see it here, but I've created some other arm movements for Naomi where she kind of has her hands in prayer, and this is kind of like where she's explaining something to PA, just kind of telling him where to go and what's happening essentially, and going to be pointing in the direction where he needs to go. So yeah, see, I'm creating this arm right here for pointing in that direction. So just very simple, limited animation. I didn't want to overburden anyone's device when they're going to be playing. Like I said, it's a mobile game, so I want all the really good animation to be concentrated on the actual gameplay, and not just, I'm not trying to make these full graphic cinematics that you see in a lot of games for console, and that's not what it's for. I want people to enjoy the gameplay. So keeping it very simple, here's like a full body and full color version of what she'll look like in the game. Like I said, very beautiful woman, more mature, but like I said, still beautiful nonetheless. Let's moving on. We got some other characters that we're going to have in the game as well. This is actually one of my favorite characters. He's just, for me, he's fun to draw, and he's just a fun character. And my partner Richard, when he came up with it, I was very happy. And this is just another layer of the mythology that we can add on the mythos of the fantasy world of the Chronicles of PA. And this character is Teferi. Teferi is a Twa, for those who, or what they're classically known as are pygmies, but the real name of them are the Twa. They're very short people in Africa, mostly in central southern parts of Africa. And also, a lot of them are known as some of the first actual peoples of that area, and also in a lot of the great hieroglyphs a lot of those original hieroglyphs, like the ones that are like etched into the stone, you'll see the Twa as the head priest and the mystics of that era. So even if you look at the great, I believe it's a hieroglyph of Narmer, the first king of Egypt, when he moved into that area to get the savages out and get the barbarians out, you'll see holding up his standards are the Twa in the front. So these pygmy people have always been there. Like I said, pygmy is just kind of a very strange word. It's not really a word that they use in that area or in that time. That's just kind of something that's come up, I think, that Europeans have come up with later on when they actually saw these people just because they're small. And they're just thinking that, they're just like dwarves or midgets or something like that. But there's more to it than that. But I've always enjoyed this character. He's kind of he's very playful. He's a spy, I guess you could say, for a group in the book called The Hand. But there's more to him than that. And he's, like I said, he's not just their lookout spy. He's very, almost like a watchful eye. He's kind of looking over what's really going on, and almost kind of helps fill in the gaps as far as like the story and moving characters into certain positions so that they can help each other. And that's one of the things I've always enjoyed about this character. Sorry about that, I'm rustling papers here. But he has, in the books, he has different masks that he wears to help him to see through the eyes and transform himself into different types of animals. But we're just going to keep it simple with the game and just keep him with one mask. I give him the bird mask, and he's going to be kind of floating on the cloud. And I'm thinking he might even maybe do like a quick little transformation from a bird into his human form. And he's going to kind of instruct PA in. The section I'm going to have him in is probably the second level, at the beginning of the second level of the game, because the second level, the ancient tombs and catacombs are being overrun by the enemies of the game, and they've kind of awakened the bad guys that have overrun those catacombs have kind of awakened some bad spirits in there as well. So PA is going to have to go down there and straighten things out, and who better to give him the information than this magical character of Teferi? This is kind of what he does in the book anyway. He does kind of take messages and kind of maneuvers people into certain places. I think his first appearance actually is when PA's mother, Naomi, discovers him spying on them when PA gets his sword. But later on he shows up with some of the other characters in the story, kind of directing them towards Naka so they can join with PA and fight these monsters and demons together. This is just me drawing his close-up. Kind of, like I said, he's kind of like in the face kind of looks like a grumpy old man, but he has his face paint on. Just wanted to get something very, very tribal. So like he has the tribal mask as well as the face paint as well. So just keep him very tribal and very old school. This is just one of my favorite characters and just very fun to draw. I have a blast drawing him, and I think he'll be a very good addition to the game as far as a helper character and giving instruction. And I said these characters are more or less just more decoration and just trying to add a little bit more depth to the game. And just it kind of helps out with people that are just trying to figure out what to do, where to go, but also like I said, just a fun way of doing it without just having just blatant, just putting up text on the screen and having an instruction. I want to make it part of the story, so you're not taken out of the action or taken out of the story. I want you guys to kind of keep your head into the story of what's going on. And in a second, you'll be seeing a full color version of what Teferi is going to look like in the game. I might, like I said, have him maybe transform from a bird into a man, just have like a puff of smoke or something like that. But he has of course he's holding his great staff, and the staff is of Bess, the staff symbol that Bess uses. So that's what I wanted to have in there. Next character that's going to appear in the game is a character called Awa, or Ahawa. He is one of PA's instructors from when PA was a child. when PA was getting his battle instructions. Awa is also was a great fighter and captain in the army, and he served with PA's father, both when they were both younger men. And what's a little bit different about Awa is he has a facial scar, so he's been through the ringer as a soldier, but he's always been a fighter, and like I said, he likes to help a lot of young fighters learn how to fight and gives PA a lot of instructions. He's very hard on PA. That's one of the things I always liked about the character. He's kind of gruff, and especially because, you know, PA has eyes on his daughter, and Awa is kind of approves, but not really. You know, just he likes PA. He thinks PA is a good young man, but it's his daughter still. You know, it doesn't matter how good the guy is, you're still gonna kind of give him the side eye. If he wants your daughter, it doesn't matter how good or great he actually is. You're just like, whatever. No one's good enough for my daughter, according to him. But you know, he kind of goes along with it sooner or later. But yeah, I just wanted to put him in the game as well, and I think he's gonna be up here in the beginning levels, like after Alara gives the basic instruction on how to use the buttons. I'm thinking I'm going to use Awa's character to kind of give a instruction on like what items you can take and what those items do. As far as like, you know, stuff, I want to have items in the game like, you know, coins and things to help him power up and stuff like that. And what I'm thinking, Awa's probably going to appear. He's going to be in the heat of battle because the beginning of the game, the city of Naka is being invaded. So I'm going to probably have him fighting maybe one of the bad guys at first when PA walks up on him. And, you know, while Awa gives him some instruction and tells PA which way to go and those items that you can get, you know, and where to get them. So just to help you out a little bit and kind of keep you in the story, I thought this would be a fun way to do it. And this is more of his close-up. Like I said, you can see he's missing an eye. And that's like an old battle scar that he's always had. He's had from battles long past. And of course, he's going to be kind of yelling at PA as he always does in the books. He's always kind of yelling at him. Telling him, you know, get your head in the game, boy, and this is what you need to do. So sometimes we need that kick in the butt from those tough old guys out there to tell us what to do. So kind of wanted to add that to the game, and I kind of have him with the Petamek battle shield and his sword, his Kopish. And yeah, like I said, point you out, and you'll be seeing a colored version of what he's going to look like. I might tweak some of the colors, but this is basically what he's going to look like in the game. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, very cool, hardcore old man. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, these are only helper characters, and sorry about it took so long to do this video. I had planned on doing this video 2 weeks ago, but I got caught up with doing more for the game. So I did these helper characters and the boss characters for each level as well. So you'll be seeing that probably in the next video. Anyway, Chris Miller signing out. Peace.